I'm Gerald, and this is
Leo.
And right? Together we do have 30 years in the game.
Yeah.
So today we're at one of the most beautiful places in California. It's the beach. We're in the city of Long Beach, the El Bay. This is one of the few, maybe the one dog beach park that I go to when I do come here and bring my dog. But I stopped doing that many years ago for obvious reasons that we will get into. If you can notice, Rosie's Dog Beach. And I'm totally against bringing my animals that has obedience and protection training on and off leash to any dog park or dog beach. What's your perspective of that?
My opinion about this thing, Gerald, is same as yours. Do not go to anywhere where there's a bunch of dogs around, you know.
Off leash too.
Off leash.
Yeah.
So, but if you do like to go to the beach, I would say control your dog. Put it on a leash or control it. And watch out, man. If you see over there pit bulls and stuff playing, or Rottweilers or something, or big dogs and stuff, don't be going over there. See what I'm saying? Like, you can go the other way. Like, if you really decide to go to the beach, just walk it off. You know what I mean? Kind of mind your own business, you know? Yeah. Because anything can happen at the beach. Anything with those. Those dogs, I mean, we just saw a bunch of them running around without leash. All it takes is one little spark, and then all of a sudden you have 20 of them fighting. You know what I mean?
Yep.
It doesn't really matter how if your dog is trained or their dogs is trained, they live on instinct, you know?
I have the same view, but I'm totally against for going to dog beaches and parks 100%. Let me tell you why. Usually these granola plain yogurt eating people be getting these rescue pits that are about 3-4 years old, and they say, oh, my pit bull, I just had him about a year, he's 6 years old, he's sweet as lemons and sugar. You don't know the dog history. You rescued him. It's the reason why he got put to the shelter, right? It's always, oh, we didn't have room for the dog, so we had to give him what? No, dogs have issues just like humans do. Two guys get in a fight in a bar. One guy get his head smashed against a countertop. He dies. But the guy was defending himself. What the guy gets convicted of? Involuntary manslaughter. Now, the background of this guy, he's come from an upper middle class. He eats yogurt and granolas every morning and a bagel. Right, so he knows nothing about public school. He's been a private school and a UC private college guy all his life. So he goes to prison, not federal prison, not the resort. He goes to state prison. What happens when he gets there after he gets classified? He goes to general population.
There's no granola bars in the
There's
prison.
no granola bars. It's all chocolate bars with nuts
and soups.
Right. So what happened was, now he either gonna have to adapt to the craziness and the madness and choose a side depending on what race he is or what he stands for, whatever the case may be, or he can be to himself and be an individual. Now he has to fend for himself in this prison within a prison. All of the etiquette, all of the proper decorum he's been trained, all of the mannerisms, is all go out the window because he has to adapt to what other people are doing. When it comes to dog beaches, I firmly believe in educating my dog by doing obedience training, always. Dogs are liabilities. They're luxuries. They're not a requirement to have. You put all this money into a dog, he goes to a beach, and he sees all these pack of wild dogs running loose. He's going to do the same.
Yep.
And what happens?
They follow energy.
And they get in fights. Who's going to stick their hands in that mouth when one dog is latched on to another? The plain yogurt eating one? I probably not. Oh my God.
Hey, come here, Penny.
That's a female?
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh yeah, that'd be cool.
Hey, Penny.
No, he's fine.
I'm so sorry.
No, it's okay, don't worry about it.
That is a complete example of plain yogurt granola.
Can you come here, please? Hey, baby, come here. Hey. Penny.
You just protected Mom.
I got 4 dogs, so that's okay.
No, don't worry about it. It's okay. Actually, you helped us a lot. That's Diesel Del Nazi right here in the house.
What did I tell you?
140 pounds, baby boy. 140 pounds. We don't walk him at the beach. We just trying to tell you guys what would happen. If that dog was a boy, it would be a whole different situation. Now, that's a female, so that actually sends a signal to him. It's a female, is not in a danger. But if that was a boy right there, it would be a wrap right here. And I could have not hold him. He's 140 pounds right here, you know? And it doesn't really matter how obedient he is. All he wants to do, just protect his owner. And that's how it works. And that's what we're trying to tell you guys. Do not trust the dogs and any other dogs when you go to the dog beach, because they live on instinct and energy.
Was exactly what we've been talking about. You have a lot of plain yogurt, granola eating people that have their dog completely off the leash, and they're trying their best to control them, and they're talking English to the dog, but the dog don't talk English back, and they're not listening to none of us. Now that dog was defensive, but also barking out of fear.
You just heard that?
That could have went to a major accident had I not known what to do, because I'm a dog owner and a dog lover at the same time. Had that dog been loose on his leash, they'd have been running around here uncontrollable, probably ran out in the street, ran into another dog, into another person's family, lounging out on the beach, and guess what? Now we got an accident. The dog is 140 pounds. Whatever he attacks, he hurts. That dog was out of control, man. See, yogurt and granolas, don't mix, bro.
No, that's what I said. You know, dogs follow energy, Gerald.
Yes,
dogs
yes.
follow energy, and just because your dog is obedient, it doesn't mean 50 other dogs
Correct.
aren't as obedient. It only takes one to start, and then, you know, and like I said, they live in instinct.
Right, and
Once
then
it started,
two
you gotta
dogs fight, then all the rest of them start fighting.
That's it.
And on top of that, they're drinking out of the same bowl. That's even nastier within itself. My first canine trainer was named OJ. His name is Otis James Knight. He trains at Stocker and La Brea. He said, if I used to do group classes with him. He said, if you come to my class and then leave and go to a dog park, don't come back.
That's it.
Don't come back.
I am the same way. You don't know what's going on right there. Not to mention, there's all kinds of germs. Diseases.
Exactly. You got transients living out here in California. They got dogs. Most of their dogs not on leash, but you don't know what the mentality is. Another scenario that happened about 3 or 4 years ago. My previous dog, who's passed away, went to heaven, named Brody. He had an offspring by the name of Zypher. Zypher was a hell of a dopey. They lived in Phoenix, Arizona. And Phoenix, Arizona is a state, it's an open carry state. You know what that means? That means they can carry a gun anytime, concealed or open. Zypher, who was obedience trained, was in a park. There was another young man there with his small dog. Small dogs do not know they are small.
They always start.
They always think they're bigger than the other dog.
They always start the fight.
Correct. The small Pomeranian or pomegranate, whatever you want to call
Frenchie.
it. Yeah.
Or Frenchie.
Or Frenchie. Or French fries, whatever the case may be. Take it upon himself to mess with the Doberman's legs because the dog is taller.
It's a wrap.
Zypher went and bit the other dog on the back of the neck, said, "Get off me, get off me." Well, Zypher didn't let go of that little dog. What did the owner do to protect his dog? He had what? He had a gun. What did he use with that gun? He shot Zypher. The dog died in a dog park being a dog. People, you have to be the responsible person in the pack. No dog parks, no public running amok areas, none of that crazy nonsense. My dog is civil, and I wanted to keep that way. And I don't want him to ever feel that he has to now keep his head on a swivel because he's seeing these wild dogs running loose.
Yeah,
that's my purpose.
He's getting nervous too as well.
You see,
he's all over the place. Yeah, he's like he's very good listener, but now his attention is just all over the place. You know, he's very friendly too, but you know, like you said, you can't trust any.
No, and these are animals. At the end of the day, they're gonna do animal things. There's a lot of dogs here that sometimes are not altered. That means they're not neutered, they're not spaded, and they say, "Hey, I want to play. I don't get a chance to do this all the time." And guess what? The wrong dog. They may see the interaction as the wrong time to come to me. I'm with my owner. You coming to me. I don't share my owner with nobody.
That's right.
So what are they gonna do? They're gonna defend.
They'll defend. They'll attack.
It's almost like having 2 male dogs or 2 female dogs unaltered. When you're at home and I got nothing but males. You can't pet one without petting the other one. They get jealous quick. And when they see that you're friendly with the other one, they want to eat up the other one because he's not getting the same attention.
They'll remember that forever. It sticks in their head forever.
Just like when Simon said about Asterix. What did he say?
Man, Asterix is a different breed right here. We're talking about Asterix Del Nazi. You know, that dog was trained.
You were saying that when you said if you're gonna pet him, you got to pet the other dog too.
If you pet Asterix, if you don't pet Utah, well, it's a wrap. You know, that way. Then Asterix wants to kill Utah 24/7. You know, that's how it works all the time.
Yep.
Now, as far as even over there, he even keep them separated, just like you do. I keep them separated in my house. That's 2 males. It doesn't really matter how much you train them. It doesn't really matter what you do with them and stuff. that domination stuff, it's right in them, and you can't get that stuff off of them, Gerald. It just doesn't work like that. Now imagine when you bring a dog to a dog park, like to a dog park and stuff, your mail, and you don't know any of these dogs around. None of them. Dude, I've seen bloodsheds, I've seen stitches, I've seen so many phone calls. Can you please? We went to the dog park, but my dog have never done this before. We went to the dog park once, and then all of a sudden they start fighting. We couldn't separate them, and then now
once they lock, bro.
I need a stitches. Or you need some of them. You know, like I would need a stick for him just to open his mouth. You know,
accidents happen, but I've had some of my dogs get in a fight in the backyard, and I was there, and I put my own hand in between. I get bit off my own dog breaking up the fight. So that's the love I have. That's different.
That's a different. That's your kids. You know what I mean? Like you know, you can step. You know. Now, as far as you go to the dog park, I mean, you don't know.
I don't know them.
Yeah, you don't know none of them.
And if you hit the other person's dog,
they can sue you.
They say, "Oh my God, you hurt my dog. What this dog is hurting mine."
You go to court right here if you do that.
Yeah.
So
dogs are a luxury, not a requirement. And don't think you're going to get an animal, and after he gets a year or two old, he can fend for himself. No, he is codependent on you for the rest of his or her life. Right? So my thing is like, you know what? Make good decisions. You wouldn't let your child just go to a park and run around and not be observant. Yeah. You're going to keep a very short virtual leash on your dog. I mean, on your child.
Absolutely.
You know, so I don't get it. And on Saturdays, it's even bananas up here. They should have a sign that if your dog gets mauled or killed over here, the city of Long Beach is not responsible because you can't really go after them.
Oh, it happened. It's happened so many times. I'm telling you, I've seen it. You know, I've got phone calls and stuff. You know, my dog is like, I don't think it's going to survive. Then its stitches is open up here. There's no vet right here. Can you please help me? What do we do? You know, all these questions. I said, what were you doing over there at the dog park in the first place? What were you doing? Especially you see pit bulls in there playing and see people. I don't care. I don't care what they thought they're friendly. No, they're not. You know what I mean? They switch. They live on instinct. They live by energy, you know? All they need is just to feel that little click in their head, and then that's it. Nothing can stop them after that. Yeah. Then you got a bigger, you know, you got a blood on your hands, you know? You don't want to go there.
And also, people, you know, the beach out here on the West Coast is salt water. But I don't know the effects of salt water that has all this bacteria, all these germs, all of the mammals and other animals that defecate in the ocean. How does that affect your dogs? You know, how does it really? Because I'm not a vet. I don't pretend to be one. I didn't play a role on one on TV, so I don't know. But I'm very cautious about my dog getting into uncontrollable waters. I do pools, private pools only. My friend's pool or my pool that I have, all my animals are always under my control, not anybody else's.
That's right.
And that's the thing here. You got to be self-conscious and self-aware. It's almost like when you drive. When you came here on the highway, you got to be an offensive driver and a defensive driver. Luckily, Leo made it here because he was about to get shanked on the 91 because he changed lanes. This is bananas. This is road rage.
So imagine what can happen in a beach or at the dog park or whatever, you know. So
I remember back in school when a fight break out, everybody runs to that circle. But dogs do the same thing. They run to that circle.
It's the energy.
And then they start fighting each other.
And it won't. You can't stop it.
What, you going to kick some sand on them?
I know.
What are you going to do?
No.
If I decided to go to a dog park or beach, these are the two things that I would have on me. Number one, I would have a small canister of bear spray, right, to break the fight up if it happens. Or I have a cattle guard, portable cattle guard, which is almost a stun gun. That breaks up the dog fights.
Or mind your own business. When you see a bunch of dogs right there, go the
opposite direction. I tell my woman when she's walking Brutus, because humans have the right of way. I said, when you're walking Brutus, because he's not a super friendly dog, go across the street and get on the other sidewalk. Let them have the right of way. Because all it takes is one accident for us to lose it all. And you know when they get nipped, oh my God, I'm traumatized. Well, you know what? I get it, but it's not worth $1 million.
Dogs get killed, dude. These people. The thing is that you go to court. You know, they'll take you to court, and that's exactly what's going to, you know, and you know, they will say the dog is $1 million. It's emotional support. It did this, it did that, you know. So you end up paying. So you end up from small of us for not being cautious, end up paying lots of money.
And I'm gonna give you people game too. Dog parks and dog beaches are owned by the state or the city or the county, wherever you're in. There's no such thing as a private dog park. So with that being said, the animal control can come up at any time and ask for, do you have a license for that dog, wherever you live.
So you
And if you don't, you're going to get a ticket about the size of your arm for $300 to $500 because animal control wants to make money too.
So register your dogs.
Register your dog through animal control.
That's for with a city you're on.
Whatever city you're in, or maybe regulated by the county.
That's it.
It's very inexpensive, especially if you have a dog that is either neutered or spayed. It's only like $80 a year.
It's a 50 or 60. It depends
Something
on the
like
county.
that.
Depends on the place you at.
You pay more if your dog is unaltered. And you just have to make sure you be transparent because you got neighbors that want to complain and they can't put their name on it. You don't know who's complaining.
Right.
You just got to make sure everything is wrapped tight and be responsible. Again, these animals are a luxury, not a requirement. So,
And you can lose them at any time.
Right.
At any time.
and listen, dogs have 4 legs. You only got 2.
2.
So try to run after a dog in some sand. You're not toast. You're not dust. You're sand.
Yeah.
So
it will never happen.
Right.
You will never. You
So
will
with
never
that-
be in control.
So with that being said, I appreciate you guys. Please click on the subscribe button, hit that notification symbol, and until next time, you gotta watch us because we're entertaining, we're keeping it real, and we're dropping what? We're dropping knowledge.
That's right. We're dropping knowledge, guys.
Wakanda forever.